if I'll talk about Route 53, it's not come under free tier. Okay, so mainly it's a DNS service, domain name service. Okay, it's not a free tier. Don't register a domain name from here because it will charge you around $12 depending on the domain, depending on the top level domain. Now, what is top level domain? This is called topleveldomain.com. It will charge around $12, so I'll not suggest you to use it. Okay, so if you just want to see like how it works, you can just go through Freenom. Freenom is a DNS. It's also a DNS provider which will give you where you can register the domain for free, and the domain will be like, so obviously you have to pay for money for the .com, serving .tk, .ml, and all those things that is not in use. Okay, it's not a very reliable website because I found whenever I registered the domain name, I found 80% of time there is a technical error or some glitches. Okay, so today I will just demonstrate you one thing. In one VPC, it will not accessible outside that VPC. Okay, we'll design one VPC and then I'll keep two servers. One is a Linux server where I'll host my website, and one is Windows server. From here I'll open the Google Chrome or Edge, and then I'll try to access this website. So, and you will see we can able to. So let's talk about the Route 53 first. It will not take much time. And the thing is, for Route 53, there will be a separate team just networking. They'll not give the access to Route 53 to you. So you should know the basics of Route 53. Okay, what are the terms used in Route 53? Okay, and then you're good to go. So as I've already told you, we have this Route 53. So it's a DNS service. So there's the question arises, or in interview mostly they'll ask as well, that what is 53? What is the relevance of 53? Why they didn't come up with 001, 007 or something? So the thing is, 53 is a port number for DNS. Just like port 80 is for HTTP, port 22 is for SSH. Okay, so 53 is a port number for DNS. And Route 53 is a DNS service of Amazon. You can register the domain. You can register the domain and manage those domains. Now, Amazon is also a domain registrar, just like other domain registrar, like you might have heard GoDaddy. Okay, Hostinger is there, Wix is there. Okay, Hostinger is there, HostGator is there. Okay. Amazon is also one of the domain name registrar. Now, what is registrar? I'm saying domain registrar. Now, domain registrar is the authority which will register the domain. Okay, any domain. Let's say I'm having cloudvista.co.in. Okay, so this is my domain name. So if I want to book it, either I can go to GoDaddy, Hostinger, Wix, HostGator, AWS. Okay, they'll charge according to their own. Sometimes they'll charge me around $12, sometimes they'll charge me around $15. It depends on the discount and depends on the company. Cloud provider mostly charge a bit more. Right? Now, how did they get to know I mean, where it's stored. Because even if I type from anywhere, it will be, it's a registrar, so it's getting registered somewhere, right? It will getting registered somewhere, so that it will, this all the domains will be registered in some database, and that database is called who is database. Who is database? Fine. Okay, so let's jump. Mostly, I would focus. I would recommend you to just understand the routing policy, which I'll be explaining. So I've already told you what is Route 53, what is DNS domain registrar. You can just go here. Okay. Now IP address, IP, everyone knows IP, but then also I want to tell you that most of the people get confused even now. What is IP? It's called Internet, stands for protocol. Okay. So it's a, now what is Internet? Everyone knows. Understand what is protocol. So protocol is a set of rules. And then protocol is a set of rules by using which the data will be transferred from one source to destination. Okay, so that is called your IP. So if I'm saying it's data will be traveling from source to destination, there's lots of data traveling. Okay, data packets are traveling. So obviously we'll be having some identifier to identify the data. Okay, so that identifier is called IP address. We were having two IP addresses, range actually, or two IP addresses format. One is IPv4. What is that? IPv4? It's a Internet Protocol version 4, and IPv6. The thing is, we are running out of address in IPv4 because I guess you guys agree that anything which is connected to the internet, it's having IP address. Whether it's your laptop, your phone, your smartwatch. Okay, I'm not talking about the smartwatch which is connected to your Bluetooth. That is not a, I mean, it will not be having IP address. That's not iWatch, obviously. Smart TV, okay. Smart ACs were also coming, okay. So using internet, you can just switch on the AC and all. Satellites. So all, therefore, we were having IPv6 address, and how many exactly address are available is here. IPv4 is around 4 billion addresses are available, so that's why we are running out of address. Now IPv6 is having 340 decibellion. Now what is decibellion? You just Google it. Okay, it will never end. Will never end. Okay. Now this is the term of Route 53. What I was about to tell you. Hosted zone and record sets. So hosted zone and record set. So what is hosted zone? So in hosted zone, it will be store all the information about the routing. Okay. Let's say I'll be having www.anything. So where it will route, whether it will route to this any server, or whether it will route to any other domain. So it will be, every detail will be in hosted zone, and same goes for record set as well. Okay, here you can just only see the data, and here you can edit those things, and here you can just use the routing policy as well. Fine. In Route 53, when I'll show the demonstration, you will get to know. And this is not comes under free tier, as I've already told you. So if you want to use Route 53, it's up to you. Okay, but for every hosted zone, yes, at that time it was $0.5 per month. Fine. So I guess I'm having two hosted zones. So I'm having two hosted zones. I'll just demonstrate in one of those. Now, hosted zone, you can just host the website in two ways. either inside the VPC, which is accessible only to you, or either either in the internet. Okay, so in the internet, everyone can access your website. Okay, and inside this, only you can able to access this website from one server to another server. And these are the domain registrar which I have already told you. Now in DNS, what will happen? Again, you might know this, but then also in DNS, if in the browser I'm typing facebook.com. So how they get to know, how my browser get to know, okay, I have to, because Facebook will be deployed in some servers, right? So how my browser get to know that, okay, facebook.com, I have to redirect it to the specific servers. Okay. So in facebook.com is already registered in Whois database. In Whois database, there will be the information that where it should route. Okay, and then whatever the IP address is there, it will redirect it to this. So a record is the same thing. It's a DNS record. I'm talking about a record. Now, what is a record? If I'm typing facebook.com, it will resolve to some IP address record. That is called a record, address record. Okay. Then we'll be having CNAME. Now, what is CNAME? You might have seen in the earlier days, like if you were typing youtube.com in the browser, then it will redirect it to phone. I'm talking about the phone, m.youtube.com. Right now we are using the applications. Okay. So it is called CNAME, canonical name. Fine. So these are the very basic things which you'll get, you should know. Okay. Now we'll not go deep into this. Okay. And we'll be saying name servers. So name servers and so on. It's a startup authority which will have your information of domain name and your mail address and all. And if I talk about the name server, so name server is something which will be having the information of your domain only, that in Whois database will be in a different location. So where they should search it, instead of just randomly search all the Whois database, where specifically they should search it. That is called a name server. Fine. So this, I guess I have kept it again. Okay, then we will discuss about the routing policy. So just rather than just discussing everything now, let's come to management console and we'll see how we'll host the DNS, any domain. So you will get, either you can just type Route53, or you can just have the Route53 in the networking section. Yeah, so I'm having two hosted zones. Okay. Now this Praveen.ml I have registered using free norm, but which ID I have used I forgot, so that's why. And it's, as I said, it's not so reliable website. This is a free norm. So here you can just type like so you'll get this all the domain name for free. Provincials.tk, test.tk, provincialstest.ml and all. Okay. And this is the private hosted website. This is the private hosted website. This is the public hosted website. So what I'll do, I will use this private hosted website. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Yeah. So let's start. What I'll do, I'll run 2 servers. I'll be having, no, I'll run two servers. One is a Linux one, in which I will host the website. Same drill, and choose the default one only. Right. Let me type the script here as well. So I have already told you this many times, so I'll not repeat it. Okay. Now I'll add storage. Same server. I'll choose the existing security group. I'll be having this website. Yeah, I'll choose the existing security group where I have allowed HTTP, SSH, RDP. Give some time to initiate this, and I'll launch again one server. So which will I'll launch? It's a Windows server, and I'll launch it in the same VPC. So as I've already told you here, I'm having one VPC. Here this is my one server, and this is my another server. It's in same VPC. So I have from this server, I'll just type www.whatever.com. Okay, it will open. Now till the time it will come, I will just tell you about the hosted zone. It will charge you around $0.5 per hosted zone per month. How you will create the hosted zone? Using this. You will just type the domain name. Whatever the domain name will be there, you have to type the exact that hosted zone. Let's say my domain name is cloudvista.com or .co.in. I have to type the same domain name. If you will register the domain from the Route53 only, one hosted zone will be automatically created. Okay, so I'm already having two hosted zones, so I'll not do it. What is record set? You can delete the hosted one from here, which I'll not do it. If you
What is the use of this hosted zone, by the way?
So from here only, if you'll see, from here only you will see how the route, how it will route. Okay, from here it's a www.cloudvista.co.in. It's a record. Okay, so it's
Okay.
resolving to this server. Okay, now this is the name server, which in here your who is database. Okay, I'm talking about this. If I type cloudvista.com, it will not search all the GUI database. It will search only this specific name servers. Okay.
So this is we have to create it like here
Yeah.
on the.
Yeah. Your NS and SOA will be automatically created. Okay. It's a confidential thing. I mean, yeah. But if it's your hosted zone, you should never show this to anyone. Okay. It's a confidential thing. But anyway, I'll delete the record and I'll just create it again. So that's not a problem.
For example, you took a domain from somewhere else, right? For example,
Yeah.
I have a domain already registered with a GoDaddy, right?
Yeah.
And if I wanted to launch or use that domain name here, then
Yes.
I have to come here in hosted zone. I have to create a record set in the hosted zone, is it? And
Yeah.
add these things.
Yeah. So in main server, you have to connect now. You have to connect GoDaddy and AWS, right? Because your cloud, sorry, your servers are in AWS. So what you will do, you will create a, let's say, you will create a hosted zone of name of your website.
Okay.
Fine. Once it's done, the type will be either public hosted zone or private hosted zone. Obviously, it's
So,
a website. It's a public one for you. Okay.
okay, public hosted zone in the sense my VPC, is it?
No, no, not at all. VPC is just opposite to that. So public hosted zone, it means this one, if I want this one to access everywhere from the world, everywhere from the internet, I have to keep it as a public hosted zone. But if I want to
So,
keep
but
it as,
when I say public hosted zone, right, or private hosted zone, because that website I have to even launch somewhere in the AWS, right?
Mhm. So yeah, so
So,
this that's what I'm saying. But you want to, it should be accessible to the internet, right? If I'm typing your
right, yeah,
yeah, so it should be public hosted zone. Okay,
okay, it has to be public hosted zone.
yeah, it
Okay,
has to be
and
yeah
if there is some other website which I don't want it to allow to the world, that would be going to a private hosted zone.
private hosted
And
zone.
if both of them they wanted to communicate with each other, they'll be able to do it, right? Because they'll be under same VPC.
No, no, no. That will be again a different case then. It is possible. Then again, you have to do the configurations and all. Okay. Now, in public hosted zone, you have to only the things will allow. Let's say which domain name are available. Okay. If you'll type here facebook.com, domain name you can type. Public hosted zone also you can create it, but you can't get the name servers of it. Okay. But if in private hosted zone, you can type anything because it's up to you only. It's inside you only, your network only. Fine.
Your network in the sense
My
VPC, my
VPC.
VPC,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Okay. So this I have created. This is my hosted zone. Okay. This is my A record. I have to change the A record, address record. And if you come here, hosted zone, if you see this record set, here you can just see the record sets. Same thing is there, but you will see the name, type and value and all the things. But if I'll click on hosted zone, you can just decide the routing policies and all. We will see that. We will see that. Just let me see whether it's available or not. So this is my website. This is my IP address. Now this is a public IP address. What I have to do? I have to type a record. I have to type a record where I will type here. I'm already created a hosted zone. Now this is name is www.cloudvista.co.in. There I have to give the IP address. Now the routing policies I was discussing. Earlier I would just used to take the routing policy in the Route53, but currently I'm just telling you the hosted zones and all. So here you can select the routing policy. Okay, we will discuss this routing policy. Don't worry. Okay, so we were having routing policy like simple, weighted, latency, failover, geolocation, and multi-value answer. So this is my record set. Let's save the record set, and I'll do the again for this one. And this is cloudvista.co.in. Same www.cloudvista.co.in, cloudvista.co.in, and I'll keep the routing policy simple. Start now. It's a private hosted zone, so I don't need to change anything here. Now my website is hosted, but I am outside the private hosted zone. if I type something like this, let's say, okay, so we will access the same thing from my VPC, from the Windows server. So let's connect to the Windows server first, which VPN I have used. My laptop and copy. Yeah, decrypt the password. This is the password. I am typing DNS RDP. Here I'll just use the username as administrator. Click on connect. The password will be this one. It's connected. Even if you'll do it, you have to do it one more thing you might have heard of SEO. Okay, and that is called search engine optimization. So you have to put your domain, you have to put your website in this SEO, search engine optimization or search engine optimizer, and there will be a specific SEO experts who will just try to give you more more top level position in the search pages. Okay, so in every browser, let's say Google is providing one browser, so you have to optimize the SEO in the Google. Bing is one more browser. So if you just do it on, let's say I'm just typing from and configuring it for Google only, SEO Google. So you'll get this result in SEO Google. Okay, but I'm not configuring it for Bing. You'll not able to get it in the Bing. Okay, but mostly I guess everyone use Google only. I use Google, and I've seen people using Google only. Fine. So this is all about your Route 53. We are pending with only one thing, and that is called routing policy. So we will see the routing policies, and in exams they will only ask you about the routing policies. Fine. So we were having these many routing policies. Now what is simple routing policy? Rather than I will give you the definition, pictures are already there, which I don't need to explain it. Let's say same thing, facebook.com is installed in here, and this server and this server, you are coming it via Route 53. You're typing in a browser facebook.com. So if the routing is simple, here I'll show you. Here routing is simple. Okay, here you'll give another ID in which your domain, in which your server has been installed. Okay, in which your website has been installed, in which server your website has been installed. So it will choose randomly, either one, either two. Okay, it will choose randomly. You can't able to figure it out which one they should choose. If we'll talk about weighted routing policy, so you can just give you the weight, like say, okay, this server is having a more configuration, this is better configuration than this server, so route the, let's say 70% traffic to this server and route another rest of the traffic to this server, just like here. Weight, I'll just give you the weight, and I'll set the some ID. Okay, associate with health check, and health check, what is health check we will be discussing. In simple routing policy you not get it. Latency routing policy is again something same. Let's say this is it's based on the latency, how far your server is located from you. Let's say I'm in India, so let's I'll type something from the Route 53. If it's near to my location, it's this server is US East 1 is near to my location, I'll get the data from the US East 1. But if it it is near US West 1 is near to my location, I'll get the data from this one based on latency. Okay, now we'll be having failover routing. Failover routing, let's talk about failover routing here. Let's say this is my website. This is my server where my website has been installed. But let's say I have to consider the failover as well, right? Let's say it will fail after a while due to some reason. So what I will set a alias. In alias, what I'll give the target just like S3 website endpoint. If you remember, we know we have even demonstrated we can host a static website using S3 bucket. So I'll just put the S3 bucket here. Okay, the S3 bucket target name I'll be putting, and here I will choose the routing policy, primary or secondary. I'll choose it. Okay, and I'll choose the routing policy as failover. So let's say my servers will be down, so it will fail over to my S3 buckets. Okay, because S3 bucket can also host the static website, or else it will be written website is currently under maintenance. Okay, so that is called a failover routing. Okay, we'll be having active setup and passive setup. These are the main routing policies which we use in real time. We'll be having geolocation routing, that let's say for the European customers, US 1, for the US customers go to US East 1, just like yeah. Okay, if it's this location, if it's Africa, then send it to this. If it's Asia, then send it to this, because in Amazon also in e-commerce website, if it's US, the pricing will be in dollars. If it's Europe, pricing will be in euros. If it's India, it will be in INR. So that is a thing. Now geo proximity routing is a kind of a most complex routing. Okay, now what is geo proximity routing? Adding all the routing policies in one routing, that is called your geo proximity routing, and it will mostly will use either geolocation or this one. Okay, and it will be done by the mostly by the SEOs and the routing experts. Okay, anyway, if you'll get the work in AWS also, you'll never touch Route 53. That's what my understanding is, because I've never touched Route 53 of my organization or my client. Okay, because there is a separate team which will sit for that. Okay, maybe they will ask if they are not too technical regarding cloud, so they will ask you questions, but they'll not allow you to uh, access the Route 53 console. Okay. And at last we'll be having multi-value answer. Multi-value answer is nothing but the same as simple routing policy, but plus with health check. Let's say this is down, so it will check the health of this server. If it's unhealthy, it will reroute to this. But if in simple routing policy, whether it's unhealthy or not, it will randomly choose one of these. So one of maybe some user will get the data and some user will get okay for not for error. Fine. And that is health check. Health check will just keep on checking your health of your server. How they will check? They will keep pinging the server in particular interval. So that is called your health check. Okay. Mostly you should focus on the routing policies. Okay, what is routing policies? And there's nothing more in this Route 53. If you want to create a hosted zone, just create a hosted zone for your own. And as I've already told you, hosted zone per hosted zone, $0.5 per month. Okay. So any doubt in this, guys?
So the routing policy, is it for like From the discussion, I'm trying to understand, is it for failovers and or simple,
No, no.
server setup?
So in servers, you have to edit, you have to give the routing policies, right? In servers, you have to give the routing policies. They will be not only currently, I'm just demonstrating you with one server because I'm having only one server. Okay, but in real time, you'll be having multiple servers. So routing policies that for that only. Okay,
So if one server goes down, it will go to it goes
another
to
server,
a
another server. So for what routing policy you want to choose, you should choose multi-value answer.
okay.
Yeah, okay. So this is only the thing you should know routing
So
policies.
if it is simple, then you are at risk, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I said. Mostly they will, in real time, they'll be choosing failover, geolocation, and geo proximity.
You can
Okay.
only select one, right?
Yeah, yeah. I can only select one.
Okay.
Yeah. In geolocation and whatever you want to choose, you can choose it from here. Okay.
What is
Mostly.
the geolocation?
Just I've already told you right here. I'll just tell you again. So you'll be having multiple servers. Let's say you want European customers to redirect to US one, and you want US customer to redirect to US East one. So that is called the geolocation. Because in European servers, the data will be in the price tags will be in the euros. In US for in US servers, the price tag will be in dollars. Okay, so in this way, right? Because mostly what people will do, mostly instead of just creating the instances in multiple regions, they will do it in one region or two region. Let's say I want to host any website for Europe. I want to host a website for the same website. Let's say e-commerce website. Every country will be having their different price tags. Okay, so I will host everything here, and from the geolocation, I will edit the okay which customer should go to where. Okay, I'll edit that. Getting my point?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is all about the Route 53.